This project and this video is concerned of how to deploy a Dockerized Rails application to EC2 and then run your Rails application inside the EC2 instance. So what are the prerequisites of this project is to run to Dockerize and Rails application. First, you have to install a Docker on your computer, Docker desktop, and then create an account on the Docker hub, and and then write a Docker file and entry point.sh for uh, to your existing Rails application. Then build a Docker image, then run a container, and then push the Docker image to your Docker Hub repository, where this photo represents the image and Pooja Karthik represents the repository name. So, okay. So that Docker image is publicly viewable. So that is the reason we push the Docker image, our Rails application Docker image, to Docker Hub. So this project, that was a brief description about the prerequisites or the pre-information that is to be configured before doing this project. So this project is to deploy or run a Rails application and Amazon EC2 instance. So this is the Amazon account, Amazon AWS account I have logged in, and this is a EC2. So each and every we have to create an instance in order to get a separate IP address or DNS server IP address where we can where our actual local application launches. So the first step is to create a launch instance inside the EC2 dashboard and select a free tier which is eligible. Otherwise, the other options would cost for each and every instance. And next, add tags. Here, no need to give an extra key pair. Yeah, here where the actual you have to work on. So you have to add an extra rule where I will give the port range like 0 to 3000, means my actual application is runs in the local host that is 0 to 3000, and this is the source local host, that is 0.0 local host. Yeah, review and launch. And you are here, you have to be very careful about the giving the key and downloading the key pair. So I'll just run key test. Create a new pair for every instance that you create. Just download a new key pair. Yeah, it downloads as a PEM file. If not, you have to uh, uh, rename it as .fem file. Then launch an instance. Then view instance. Okay. It take a minute to create, to initialize. Where for every instance, we can see the public DNS server IP addresses are different, which means it sets up an environment that is a DNS server or IP address for different instance or different environment can be created. Yeah. So I have created many instances for my app working. I mean, I've rerun it, I've tested for my information to work on this app. So yeah, the instance have been launched, and This is where we get all the information about the instance ID, and particularly if the instance is running. And the main you're concentrating is about public DNS server, public IP. Public IP is where you need to check after hosting, after running your Rails application, where you need to check via this public IP4 address. So yeah, here I have to tell you that for each and every instance that you create in the Amazon EC2, we have to set up or install the dependency according to my Rails application. So my Rails application requires YAML and all that. I'll show you. So I have already uh, built one instance and have been working on that. So yeah, I'll be working on this instance. I'll show you because again, building the from the scratch, it takes time. So yeah, this was my initial instance that I built. That was okay. First, we need to. This was initial instance that I built, and according to the connection information that it is given, we have to set a permission to the key pair, and then after setting to the key pair, we have to launch or go into the instance using the key. These are all the information which will be given in the Amazon EC2 instance according to my EC2 specific to my EC2 instance. So after all that, this is a fresh instance that I have created. According to my Rails application, I need to download YAML file, cluster, and CLI, and Docker login, install Docker. I have installed a Docker, and all the prerequisite I have to just install it before deploying any application or before running it on the Amazon EC2. So yeah, sudo app get YAML and all that Node.js, everything I have installed and set up an environment. So after that, since I have pushed my Docker image to Docker Hub, since I have pushed my Docker image to Docker Hub, so I have pulled my Docker image inside the Amazon EC2. So after giving that SSHI Puja Keyven Ubuntu, after going to this instance, my Ubuntu instance, so I have to pull a Docker image which is in my repository in the Docker Hub. I'll be pulling this, so if it's successful, it will come like this, and it should show like this. The image is up to date for Puja Karthik latest. After all this, I'm switching the tabs because I don't want to just merge all the information at all the comments that I run, and these are all the comments which gives me like half a page terminal output. So it's better to easy to show you in the switching the terminals. So after pulling the image, I can show you like this. Okay, after pulling the image, we have to run a Docker inside. I have to run a Dockerized application inside the Ubuntu instance. So by giving this command, where the meaning of this command is the Docker image from this repository has been deployed to 3000. So after this, see, you can, permission denied. So just, I have tried with a sudo docker 3000, and it came like this. So once it came like this, I can go to, my So this was the instance that I was working on it, 172, 142, which I showed on you. It is 172, 142, 35, 172, 142. Here we can see the Ubuntu instance ID. 172 after the 31 and all that, it keep changing. So So this is the public, as I told you before, this is the public, this is where our application launches. So 35, 172, 142, 35, 172. So this address is the Amazon EC2 server IP4 address. So the basically this means our Rails application is launching inside the Amazon EC2. I'll refresh it. Yeah, it's working fine. So this is my first step, first URL of the application where it displays, where it display all the information about the user. And if I click on it, it just go to the user information, and I can just traverse to other users also with to yeah, application is working fine in the Amazon EC2 instance. So these are all the information. So these are all the information required to develop into Amazon EC2 instance. Thank you.